The old man in front of me is the last hope of mankind. He is a Star Soul general. At this time, he is manipulating the mecha to fight against the alien monsters. The purpose is only to protect the tortoise and the barrier, surviving human beings. Just now, Chuanwu's city, the last stronghold of mankind, was invaded by fierce beasts. Tiny human beings simply aren't big enough to stuff their teeth. In front of them, human beings can only run wildly for their lives. At this time, a glutton stares at a pair of mother and child who are alone. Just as he stretched out his claws to grab the pair of mother and child, a gigantic lightsaber gallops toward him. When he heard a bang, he was pierced to death. A few gluttons nearby were also killed by a single blow from many lightsabers. The person who came was Song Mingxiang, the old man who drove the Dongyuan main armor. People are cheering that they are saved. As everyone knows, Song Mingxiang has been relying on pills to support him. At this time, the star monsters in the air suddenly attacked the crowd on the ground. Everyone looked desperate, and Dong Yuan flashed in front of them in time. Immediately activate the Dong Yuan sword defense array. Powerful energy blast. Raise the surrounding buildings to the ground. After a loud noise, although Song Mingxiang protected them, but the soul power of the Dong Yuan main body he was driving has been overloaded. In desperation, he could only solve the problem of Dong Yuan Lord. Call out the Star Master system to copy the new mecha. And the Star Master system was developed by Song Mingxiang several decades ago, accidentally obtained in the ruins of an ancient civilization. Not only does he have the ability to copy other people's mech, at the same time, at the time of Lao Song's danger, guide him out of crisis. Soon the new mech Cao Ren will be generated instantly. Song Mingxiang immediately switched Cao Ren to Phoenix form. Then he manipulated Cao Ren to dive down rapidly. Several star monsters were rushed past like grasshoppers, but I haven't waited for Song Mingxiang to react. The star monsters spat out countless tentacles and grabbed Cao Ren. Cao Ren couldn't dodge in time and was bound into a twist by the tentacles. In desperation, Song Mingxiang immediately relieved Cao Ren. This scene made the star monsters feel confused. At this time, Song Mingxiang had already summoned a new mech, Bai Kai, but the glutton on the ground found him immediately, so they all sprayed energy beams at him in unison. Song Mingxiang controls Bai Kai, quickly dodged the attack of the energy beam. Just when Bai Kai switched his weapon to a double-edged sword, the tentacles of those star monsters in the sky, Bai Kai has been firmly grasped. Seeing this opportunity, gluttonous, lock on Baiki immediately. Beam of energy. After the explosion, the smoke cleared. Song Mingxiang mecha has been switched to Nebula Soul General Lao Bing. The laser cannon on the back immediately locked onto the gluttonous on the ground. Then countless lasers launch an indiscriminate attack on gluttonous. But it didn't take long for Song Mingxiang to be majestic. Lao Bing's soul power is overloaded again. Then it hit the ground straight.
This old man was born with a broken soul, although he finally became a holy Star Soul Master. But every time we fight alien monsters, you have to take a lot of Star Soul pill. But even so, he can only use 1 or 2 of the strength of a Mech Master. The Baichi mecha driven by Song Mingxiang was shot down by Gluttonous. He immediately switched the mech to Lu Bu's combat form, then rushed to the ground. Gluttony. Lu Bu's combat power is strong. Gluttonous was helpless in front of him. And the reason why this planet was invaded by alien monsters, it is because the ancients used the star hunting network. Take of extraterrestrial energy, even greedy enough to try to master time and space. As a result, alien beasts were brought in. Under the powerful offensive of alien beasts, humanity is losing ground. In the end, human beings can only huddle in defensive barriers. Now there is only one Star Soul Master left on this planet. At this time, he had already changed into Guan Yu's mech to fight. When Guan Yu made a move and raised his knife, a few star monsters were chopped up by the light curtain on the spot. No matter how powerful Song Mingxiang is, he is still alone. He was just about to replenish his soul power, but the soul renewing pill has already been eaten by him, and the star monster's attack has already struck him. In desperation, Song Mingxiang could only resist. This time, a few tentacles suddenly protruded from the space crack, immediately pierced his mecha left arm. Without the support of the renewing soul pill, he is already at the end of his battle. Soon the mecha bulged and was hung up by the star monster to swing. But Song Mingxiang relied on his unyielding will communicate with the host to switch the Dong Yuan mech to continue fighting. I saw countless shaking Yuan swords stabbing at the star monster at high speed. In an instant, many star monsters were wiped out by Song Mingxiang. Song Mingxiang drove the Dong Yuan mecha to land on the ground quickly. Just as I was about to take a breath, I heard the system prompt, detected a large number of enemies approaching. If you don't leave the battlefield as soon as possible, you will die at this time. Many star monsters have passed through the space crack, coming to the battlefield. At the same time, humans are fleeing frantically. The people in the spaceship look sad, don't even know where the future is. Dense star monsters in the sky on the battlefield. The Dong Yuan mechs have been surrounded. Song Mingxiang immediately ordered the system to analyze the escape plan. After a while, the system will tell Song Mingxiang the way to escape is to lure the enemy to the transport ship. Get out of the battlefield while the enemy is attacking the spaceship. Looking at the mother and child he rescued on the spaceship, Song Mingxiang resolutely rejects the system's proposal. The reason why he fought alone for so many years, just so that the race can leave seedlings, looking forward to the day when the human race rises again. Since there is no escape, then let me delay some time for you, all of you who have entrusted the future to me. I am really sorry, Song Yunxiang. After speaking, Song Mingxiang immediately burned his life to stimulate his soul power. With a loud bang later, countless sparks shot out in all directions. Many star monsters were burned to death by Song Mingxiang's self-explosion. Don't know how long it's been. In the haze, Song Mingxiang seems to hear someone calling his name. If you were given the chance to live the world anew, what would you choose to do? Perhaps, most people will choose to live a better version of themselves, make up for the regrets in my heart. That's right, Song Yunxiang is the same. Looking at everything familiar and unfamiliar in the room, Song Yunxiang seems like a lifetime away. This life, he will never live up to the expectations of his elders in this life. He will never look at his friend again, die for him in this life. Will trample the invincible enemy under his feet. He wants to break the demons that have plagued him for decades in his previous life. I saw a sudden burst of dazzling light from the tower. After 3 days of unremitting efforts, my cultivation has finally broken through to the peak of the yellow rank. In my last life, I was defective by my soul vein. My father was there to protect me, sent me to the Nanzhou Mecha Martial Academy, but I don't understand his good intentions. Been living a decadent and absurd life in the Mecha Martial Academy. Later disaster broke out, and the Mecha Martial Arts Academy was destroyed by the Beast Tide. After the fall of the entire Tiandu Kingdom, the Song family was also wiped out. I was lucky enough to rely on the Star Master system to escape privately again and again. I didn't expect it to be reborn with me, but it turned out to be exactly what I expected. The mech stored in the space of the Star Master system are gone. Tonight is the day when the Beast Tide breaks out in the Mecha Academy. I have to hurry up and practice the rejuvenation pills to repair the soul veins. Song Yunxiang came to the pharmacy to pick up the dragon terrier he ordered, but the sales clerk told him the medicinal materials will be delivered to the store at noon. He thought to himself that since the medicinal materials would have to wait for a few hours, why don't you go to Mecha Academy now, arrange a raise in advance to deal with the murderer, hope to keep casualties to a minimum. But now Song Yunxiang's realm is too low. Only deploy slowing formations to slow down the actions of star beasts. After setting up the array, Song Yunxiang called up the system to skin the statue of Zhuoci Mecha. The system prompts that the ownerless mecha cannot be copied. Song Yunxiang had no choice but to give up. To avoid commotion, he decided to wait for the beast wave to break out. Let's take the soul jade in the mecha again. At this time, he received a message from the pharmacy. Song Yunxiang hurried to the pharmacy. A mysterious person caught his attention on the road, so he immediately ordered the system to skin the mysterious person. As expected, this person's soul power is concentrated in the middle dantian of the chest cavity. This is a cultivation method unique to the Myron Kingdom. Myron Kingdom borders the northern border of Tiandu Kingdom, one of the 3 countries in the eastern continent, according to the memory of the previous life. Kingdom of Myron will not launch a war against the Kingdom of Tiandu until 3 years later. But why now? There are people from Myron Kingdom appearing here. Is there some ulterior secret hidden behind it? The man went to the pharmacy to buy medicine and didn't pay for it, instead intended to trade in the most primitive way, but what he took out made the beauty's eyes shine instantly. Immediately regard Song Yunxiang as the honored guest, just because of what's in the bottle. All are high-quality pills. Then Song Yunxiang picked up the heavenly dragon terrier, borrow an alchemy room with a beautiful woman. Beauty is of course happy, looking at the alchemy furnace in front of him. Song Yunxiang looked depressed. Fortunately, in his previous life, followed the spirit people to learn unarmed alchemy. Just see him waving out the rune formation with his hand. A square smelting array is instantly generated. Song Yunxiang immediately took out the medicinal materials from the storage car, and he started making pills with his bare hands. At the same time, Grandmaster Hong Fong, a shocked face, looked at the 5th grade blood-burning pills in his hand. Hong Fong immediately stood up and asked the beauty to take him to see Song Yunxiang. This time, Song Yunxiang has already refined the pill successfully. Looking at the level 6 rejuvenation pill in his hand, he can't wait to swallow it. Immediately sit cross-legged on the ground to repair the soul vein. When Song Yunxiang recovered his soul vein and came out, but ran into Hong Fong, who had been waiting for him for a long time. Looking at Song Yunxiang wearing the clothes of the Mecha Martial Academy, he immediately guessed that Song Yunxiang was not the young master of any family. There is an alchemy teacher behind him. To pull in Song Yunxiang, he offered an extremely high price to buy Song Yunxiang's elixir. This move is also in line with Song Yunxiang's intention. Immediately take out 2 level 5 burning blood pills. Give them some sweetness first. In fact, Song Yunxiang just wanted to use the power of the Hong Chamber of Commerce, forming up your own thing, prepare in advance to face various crises in the future. Later Hong Fong presented him with a Commerce Platinum Membership Jade Talisman. Of course Song Yunxiang accepted it with satisfaction. When he first came out, he met his girlfriend Umbrella. From his previous life. In desperation he grabbed Umbrella's hand. Umbrella is the female assassin of the mysterious organization Taiyuan, specialized in intervening in the battlefields of various countries to stop humans from killing each other. The two came together because of the same idea: it's really you, Umbrella. Song Yunxiang finally met his Umbrella again, but the other party was dumbfounded. At this point, heard a ding from the system. The system has copied Umbrella's Lubu Mecha, and Umbrella's attack followed, but Song Yunxiang, who was familiar with her moves, subdued her instantly. Unexpectedly, in the next second, Song Yunxiang fell into his trick, but the pained Song Yunxiang immediately fell to the ground and howled. At this time, several spies from the Myron Kingdom saw that Umbrella had already fled, so hurried to catch up. Seeing this, Song Yunxiang stretched out his foot and tripped the opponent. The other party got up and yelled at Song Yunxiang, but they were stopped by Song Yunxiang and scolded them back. Seeing this, the leader hurriedly whispered to Song Yunxiang, "Tiandu's Secret Inspection Department is handling the case. Please don't get in the way of our arrest." Song Yunxiang also said that he is from the Secret Investigation Department of Nanzhou and is hunting down the female assassin who just escaped, the ringleader, to prevent accidents, so invited Song Yunxiang to join the action. Just take Song Yunxiang to the trap that has been set up, kill together. But how did he know that Song Yunxiang had seen through his trick? At the same time also thought of the beast tied in the Mecha Martial Academy and the disappearance of Zhuxi's Mecha Soul Jade. Have something to do with them?